back to some fight tips here to make you fitter, stronger and better. Now, success is not a spontaneous combustion of results. Success is a system of progressive development to lead to an outcome. A lot of the time when people train, whether it be training for fitness, weight loss, well-being or competition in the combat sports, they might go into the gym by themselves, they get a punching bag and they start to and before you know it, within 5 minutes they go, oh, get a bit bored punching this bag, it's not really exciting. Well, there's nothing exciting about training unless that training is attached to a goal. So a lot of people just go in there and just randomly train, hoping that you're going to get a set outcome. But as I said, success comes from developing of a system and a process that's going to lead to an outcome to put you in a position where you maximize your chances of success, whether it be for fitness or winning a competition. So with my training, for example, depending on what tournament is coming up, I have a very systemized approach where before I come into my dojo, my dojang, or my wherever I train, whether it be here in my home studio or whether it be at my commercial studio in Cromwell, I have a very set system that I follow depending on the training day is what I do. But I go in there knowing what's going to happen at the end. The old saying, keep the end in mind. So you don't start a session unless you know what you want out of the session and what you want to achieve from the session. And when you know what you want to achieve, then you develop what you're going to put in that session to get that outcome. So here's a couple of tips today that's going to help you develop your own training systems of success, whether it be developing your punches, and that's what we're going to be working on today, your boxing punches, whether it be your taekwondo punches or your kung fu punches or your karate punches or your kicks, whatever it might be, it doesn't matter, your footwork, it can be applied or a combination of all of those. But today we're going to keep it really simple, looking at basic boxing punches. So the first thing you want to develop in putting this program together, whether it be for 10 minutes, a 20-minute session, a 40-minute session, an hour session, is what is the goal? What are you trying to achieve before you even start? What are you trying to develop? Now, this session we're going to be doing outside. I'm inside now, but I'm not going to film the chatty part outside because it's a bit windy. But when I start throwing my punches, it will blend into the wind and I won't have to chat so much. So this session is developing of the mechanics of the punches and putting them together in different sequences that will pretty much comprehensively cover any combination that you're going to be doing in boxing. Now, it may not be in the right order, but at least you're going to have the mechanics to show whether it be a jab or hook or a body shot or an uppercut, or with the right side or the left side, or the right side following the left side or the left side following the right side, depending on what the stance. So basically you're going to have the mechanics or the anatomy and the neuromuscular control to show any of the punches in any particular position in any different combination. Now, we're going to be working on very simple combinations today, progressive combinations, but they can be expressed in any way you want when you start to compete, and you're going to have your own favorites. But today's going to train right and left, so you can punch with right or left hand, front hand or back hand, any punch in any basic combination. So that's the overall goal. Then once you know what the overall goal is, to be able to punch both sides, front or back, in any particular angles or in any combination, then you say, okay, how am I going to construct this? Now, before you start, make sure you know what the end is. If I'm going to go for a run, I don't just go running and just stop when I feel like it. I have a set, I'm going to do 1K today or 2K or 5K. I'm going to go do the track where I'm going to do 5 sets of 100-meter sprints of interval training. I don't just start running aimlessly and hope something happens. I have a set plan. So today we're going to do 5 rounds. Now we're going to do 1-minute rounds. Normally with this type of stuff I would normally do 2-minute rounds, but if I want to increase the intensity and the speed of the punches and the effort put in, then I'll actually make the round shorter, so I'll put more into less, because the longer I make the round, the more I'm subconsciously psychologically going to pace myself to get through the 2 minutes. But if you're learning a skill, spend the 2 minutes, because repetition is the mother of all skill. So you just work on the repetition, and when you've got the technique, then you increase the ferocity of the punches and increase the speed and the cadence and the intensity, and then you may bring your round shorter or longer depending on what you want to focus on. So we're going to do 5 rounds, and we're going to do in that rounds are going to be left and right punches, and I'm going to progress it from singles to doubles to triples in different combinations. So you find every round, I'll explain as I go through, has a pattern of progression. We call it the layering technique. Get the base, then put a layer on top, then another layer and a layer, and by the end of it you have covered all the layers and all the different punches and different combinations. And we're going to do 1 minute rounds. So before you start a set or a round, you know how long it is. You know, it's 1 minute, therefore I can put as much effort into that 1 minute as I possibly can, knowing where the finish line. Because if you ever go on a long run, the fastest part of the run is normally 100 meters to the finish line, because you can see the finish line. So when you train, I always suggest keep yourself in the finish lane. Keep yourself in the finishing part of the race. So keep your intervals shorter, so you can put more into it rather than plug jog yourself, then sprint at the end. I'd rather you sprint at the start, even though it's shorter, the intensity is greater, it's going to make you fitter, and it's going to make you better. So number one, work out what your goal of the overall training session is. Then you construct it into how you're going to put that together and how you're going to layer all the components to get the outcome by the end. And then you have a time limits on each segment, so you know where the finish line is, the finish line of the overall session and the finish line of the interval sessions leading up to that. And that way you're finishing before you start. Before you start, you know where the finish line is, you know what you have to do, you know how much time you got to do, and you got to put as much in as you possibly can, rather than aimlessly and randomly just punching the air or punching a bag or punching pads. And I do that when I train my classes or when I do my private sessions. You know, we like to do rounds, particularly if they're a fighter, because a round is, this is the time frame, then you have a rest, you have a sip, you reset your mind, you refocus, you get motivated, inspired, then you do another round. Then you have a drink, you get a reset, and it gives that you opportunity to really press the reset button physically and mentally, so you can really be 100% on before you're on, which is the start of the round. That way you're going to maximize the full interval or the round. So how about we go outside and I go through this little routine. We have a beautiful view out there of the mountains. It's summer here, so you see lots of beautiful purple flowers, and there's lots of green hills and mountains. Yeah, probably a couple of videos there's been snow on them. Today it's going to be green and purple is the theme. So let's go out there and do a session with Basil, who's waiting for us. Okay, Fight Legends, we're now outside. It is a bit windy, that's why I did most of the talking inside. How about we get started? I got one of these little fancy timers, the classic boxing timers. You can download them, and they give you rest time, fight time, and they give you some lead up time. So we've got 5-second lead in to the round, 5-second lead in basically to the rest after the round has started. So what we're going to start with round one is the front hand. So it is the front hand punches. The main boxing punches are jab, hook, rib or body shot, and uppercut. So we're just going to do them one at a time, 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side, because the repetition is the mother of all skills. So I get the timer going, we'll go through it, I'll do it with you, and then we'll have a chat in the 30 seconds, then we'll do the next layer through the 5 layers of the 5 rounds. So put your gloves on. Bing, 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 round one. So we start with fight stance, jab, jab, hook, body, upper, jab, hook, body, upper. That's all we do. Jab, hook, body, upper, jab, hook, body. We're doing this for 30 seconds. Jab, hook, body, upper, jab, hook, body, upper. Other side, 30 seconds. Jab, hook, body, upper, 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 jab, Okay, that's 1 minute. So simple one-off punches. Sometimes in fights, most of the time you're going to lead with the jab. Sometimes the opportunity will be there and you lead with the hook. Sometimes you lead with the body, sometimes lead with the upper. The next round we're going to do the backhand. So it's going to be right cross, hook, body, upper. Ready to go? Let's go. Off the backhand, cross, jab, hook. That's the body, body, upper, cross, cross, hook, body, upper, 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 other side, cross, hook, body, upper, 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 and that's round. So sometimes opportunities, you very rarely throw a punch off the backhand first, but sometimes the body, the opportunity there, you just shoot straight with a cross or straight with a hook off the backhand, becoming more common for fighters who are quite fast. So there's the first, just single punches. The next one, we're going to do the same punches, but we're going to start with the jab, 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 hook. So we're going to use the jab as the setup. You ready? So jab, 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 hook, jab, hook, jab, body, jab, body, jab, upper. So jab is to set the second punch up. Jab, hook, jab, body, jab, upper, jab, 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 hook, jab, body, jab, uppercut, jab, hook, other side. Here we go. Jab, 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 hook, jab, body, jab, upper, jab, 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 hook, jab, body, jab, upper, jab, 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 hook, jab, body, jab, upper, jab, 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 hook, and that's time. So that's throwing the 4 punches with the jab as a lead in, as the lead up, leading with the jab, coming up with the next 4 punches. This time we're going to lead with the cross. So it'll be cross and then jab, then cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper. So you're throwing these 4 punches from the leading from the jab or leading with a cross. Ready to go? So jab and jab, cross, jab, crap, hoo, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper, cross, jab, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper, cross, jab, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper, cross, jab, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper. Change stance, other side. Cross, jab, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper, cross, jab, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper, cross, jab, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper, cross, jab, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, upper. So that's using the cross as a lead in, or it might be a cross at the end of a series of punches, then you come in with one of the 4 punches after that. This is going to use jab cross as a lead in. So it'll be jab, cross, jab, jab, cross, hook, jab, cross. Now we get into 3 punch combinations using the lead hand to start the combo. So jab, cross, jab, jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, body. Jab, cross, upper. Jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, body. Jab, cross, upper. Jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, body. Jab, cross, body. Upper. Jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, body. Jab, cross, upper. Change stance. Jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, body. Jab, cross, upper. Jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, body. Jab, cross, upper. Jab, cross, jab. Jab, cross, hook. Jab, cross, body. Jab, cross, upper. Jab, cross, jab. Time. Okay, we've got one more to go. One more to go. This time we're going to start really 6 rounds. This is a bonus round for you. This one we're going to do start with the cross jab as a lead in, cross jab as a lead in, and then we do one of the 4 punches. We do both stance, right and left, because that's good balance. Even if you're southpaw or orthodox, it's good to be able to fight both if you need to change it up in a fight. And self-defense, you need to fight both sides depending on which way your attacker is coming for you. So here we go. Cross jab, cross, cross jab. So, drop, cross, hook, drop, cross, body, cross jab, upper, cross jab, cross, cross jab, hook, cross jab, body, cross jab, upper, jab, cross, cross jab, hook, cross jab, body, cross jab, upper, other side, cross jab, cross jab, hook, cross jab, body, cross jab, upper, jump, cross jab, cross jab, body, cross jab, upper, cross jab, cross jab, hook, cross jab, body, cross jab, upper, cross jab, cross. Boom! So 5 rounds, and I threw an extra bonus one coming in with the cross. So it's a bit blowy. Let's have a quick wrap up inside so you can go and start systemising your success. Oh! Hey, thank you for joining me in the great outdoors, doing that little 5 round with a bonus 6 round boxing training session, which is systematic and laid and progressive. So a couple of things, just key points about the session is that I start with a simple movement that covers all the 4 main punches of boxing, which is jab, hook, body shot, uppercut. Whether that be with the backhand, hook, body shot, upper. And I've just worked on the mechanics of single punches to start with. Single jab, single hook, single body, single upper. Both sides. Single jab, single hook, single body, single upper. So I always teach my students and myself to fight both sides. Sometimes in a fight, one way is not quite working. You need to switch it up just to change it up for the fight. And that's many times I've done that in World Championship competitions where I had to change my stance because one way wasn't working. It's always good to have that option up your sleeve. And also from a self-defense point of view, you have to be able to fight both sides. If I'm at a bar like this, someone attacks me from this way, I can do that quite comfortably. Someone attacks me this way, I can do that way. I know most people have their preferred side, but I always train both sides, plus for balance in the body as well. If you train just for fitness, make sure you train both sides for balance, muscle development, strength development, and just basic coordination. Now you may notice the first one is the jab. Then I use the jab as the lead in. Jab, then a second jab, then a hook, jab, then a body, jab, then uppercut, where you double it up. Very effective in boxing as a lead in to the jab. Then I did the other side. Jab as a lead in to the jab, jab to the hook, jab to the body, jab. Then I use the lead in as a cross, just a straight cross. Now, the second routine, that was the third round. The second round, I just used the backhand. Cross, hook, body, uppercut. Other side, cross, hook, body, uppercut. Even though most times in real fighting you lead with the lead-in punch, which is a front hand, sometimes the opportunity is just there for the taking to pick the cherry, bam, and you hit with a cross, or the body shot or the hook. Sometimes you come in with the power shot because the opportunity is there, you're in the right place at the right time with the right distance with the right timing. Then, as I said, we did the lead in with the jab with the 4 punches. Then we did the lead in with a cross, jab, cross, hook. Now sometimes that cross might be after a combination, uppercut, cross, then hook. So it trains your body to leverage those 4 punches off a jab individually, off a cross, and you can leverage it from either hand. Those 4 punches can be thrown off the jab or a cross. So we go cross, jab, cross, hook, cross, body, cross, uppercut. And we did that both sides. And then we did 2 punches of lead in, jab, cross, then jab, cross, jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, body, jab, cross. Now we're getting a bit more complex, but we're using those 2 punches as the lead in to launch that straight punch or the angled punches. And we did that on both sides as well. And then I did the lead in with the backhand. Cross, jab, then hook. Cross, jab, body. So basically with those 6 rounds, you're really covering all the mechanics of all the punches, whether it be front hand, backhand, whether it be single or double, or whether it be whatever combination. Now all combinations, we use them in different orders, but at least no matter what the combination, you might start with a uppercut, then a hook, then a cross, then a jab. But you've trained all those muscles and punches to bounce off each other no matter what the order you put them in. So there's a great little training session. It's a nice little system for those who want to just work on the basic mechanics and the anatomy, the biomechanics and the neuromuscular control of the punches, and drill it until those are super sharp. And then from there you can use that as a platform, as a stepping stone to more complicated routines, whether it be parrying or ducking or using your footwork in and out. But until you've got the mechanics of punching, when you get into the right position, you won't have the weapons to take advantage of them. So enjoy that. If you've got any questions, don't even hesitate to make contact with me, and I'll see you in the next session.